September is going to be expensive. We've got over 20 new Lego sets plus a new CMF series. And if you want it all, it's going to set you back around £2,000. So let's put together some shopping baskets at different budget levels from £100 all the way up to £1,000. And then I'll show you my actual Lego shopping list for September. But before we do, if you find these guides useful, hit like and subscribe. And remember, you can use our Lego affiliate link in the description when you're shopping, and it really helps the channel. So we have been doing these videos for a couple of months now. They always go down quite well, and we always start off the same way by having a look at all of the sets that are actually coming out. If you want to see this in more detail, I did about a week ago make a video going through in detail every set coming out in September. But this September playlist that I've created has all 23 sets that are releasing in September, not just on September the 1st, but during September. And as you can see, the total cost £1,959.27, not completely representative because you can't in the UK buy bulk orders of CMFs. You can only buy them as individual blister packs. I have ordered a full box of 36 outside of the Lego store. So actually, if you do that, it comes in a little bit over 2,000. But yeah, 23 sets. Albeit one of them is a CMF series, 6 of them are advent calendars. We've got quite a large Wicked range. And then, as I've talked about quite a lot in quite a lot of places now, the 4 big headline collector's sets that on their own set you back £1,000. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Captain Jack's Pirate Ship, the Hogsmeade Village Collector's Edition, and Arkham Asylum. So lots and lots of stuff, but I don't know about you, I don't have £2,000 to spend. So let's start off by chopping this in half and getting our shopping list down to a much more reasonable 1,000 English pounds. And there is quite an easy way to at least get started on this. And that is, I assume for most of us, a full CMF series and a full set of 6 advent calendars is not a necessary purchase. I am a unique scenario because I've already pre-ordered all of the above because I need them for videos. But if this was just a hobby, I would not be buying the CMFs, at least not all in one go. And I wouldn't be buying probably any of the advent calendars. I certainly wouldn't be buying all 6. I might pick one, but yeah. Let's get rid of the CMFs, get rid of the advent calendars. That takes almost £200 off. We still have a long way to go to get this down below £1,000. And there are, again, a couple, for me, easy ways we can do that. I'm not a fan of mini dolls. I love Wicked, and there are going to be some tough decisions around the 2 18+ Wicked sets, but it's not at all difficult for me to remove the Wicked play sets with the mini dolls, so they can go. That gets us down to 1,600. I'm also not a huge fan of the Nike collaboration. I liked the first one, the one that came out in June, the blue dunk. I thought that was quite cool. To be honest, if this one had come out then, I probably would have got this one instead of that one, but I don't need a second dunk, and I certainly don't need weird basketball guy, so that can go as well. We're down to 1,500 and we are starting to make some progress. I'm not a massive Harry Potter fan, so it's easy to remove those 2 BrickHeadz. And I think it's also pretty easy for me to remove the Hogsmeade Village Collector's Edition. And this might be my first controversial pick. It is a really nice set. Let's have a proper look at it. I really do like it. I really want it to be part of my winter village. I think it would look fantastic. I've got the original Hogsmeade Visit set from a couple of years ago that has a couple of these buildings all winter villaged up, and they will be part of our winter village this year, and I do think they look cool. I've got Diagon Alley, and I think it's a great companion to Diagon Alley. It's a great entry into a winter village, but I just can't get away from the fact it is so overpriced. £350 for just over 3,000 pieces, and your context is Diagon Alley, which I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even have it in the bottom bit here because they want to hide this information from you. But Diagon Alley is an extra 2,000 pieces. It's over 5,000 pieces for 390. So an extra £40 for an extra 2,000 plus pieces. Also, Hogsmeade is only on 3 half base plates There you go. That's a better angle to show you the 3 half base plates. Diagon Alley is on 4. So whatever way you look at it, it is a much smaller set. You get fewer minifigures, fewer actual surface area, 1 less base plate, far fewer pieces. And it's replicating, to an extent, sets that I've already got. This needs to be 200 quid for me, 250, and I'd probably buy it without thinking, especially because the gifts with purchase do look nice. But for 350, no. So that can come off my list as well, and that gets us down to £1,097.93. And now it does get hard, because in a world of unlimited money, I get all of these sets. I really like Wicked, but Anna has already claimed the Bookends and the wall art, so my only Wicked set will be the BrickHeadz, and I love a BrickHead. I've got lots of BrickHeadz behind me in my office, so I do really want the BrickHeadz. Wally and Eve looks fantastic as well. I really want the Wally and Eve. I think they are really good value. It's like the reverse of what we've just seen with Hogsmeade. 800 pieces for £60. You get 3 characters, 2 proper iconic characters. But I think, and it does sting a little bit to do, but I think if we are putting a hard limit of £1,000 on this, I think we take out the Bookends with a view to picking them up at a later date, purely because the previous Bookends, the Sherlock ones, the Lord of the Rings, the Harry Potter, they've been discounted quite soon after release. And I think if we hold fire on the Bookends, we could probably pick them up for sub £100, probably still before Christmas. I do want the minifigures. I think they're cool, but we get a lot of them within the wall art as well. And I think the wall art is the better of the 2 sets, and we don't necessarily need both at the same time. So I think to get us under £1,000, we can do that, get down to these 6 sets, and that is £987.94 for a really impressive £1,000 September Lego spend. But I don't know about you, boys and girls. I don't have £1,000 to spend on Lego in September. So cut it in half again. Let's get this down to £500. And this is where we do have to get brutal. And I think we're removing 2 more of the big collector sets. For me, Arkham Asylum is an absolute must buy. I'm a massive Batman fan. I've got a huge Batman collection here in the office, both Lego and like other Batman stuff. I love Batman. Arkham Asylum is coming home with me day one, regardless, even though it looks like it's probably not going to have an exclusive gift with purchase. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is a cool set. I've wanted this since it first got through Lego Ideas. I love the animation, the motion on the chocolate waterfall, but it doesn't have an exclusive gift with purchase, which immediately is a siren to say you don't need to get this now. So I think we take that one out. But this is a temporary removal. This is very much with a view to keeping an eye on it and picking it up at a later date, either on a double points, on a sale, when it is a little bit cheaper. But that doesn't get us below £500. We've realistically got to remove one of the Black Pearl and Arkham Asylum. And as much as I really want both, I love Batman, but I also love pirates. I have a big pirates display in the Lego room. We've got the Pirates of Barracuda Bay and El Dorado Fortress and a bunch of pirate ships and pirate bits and bobs, and my upscaled pirate minifigure. Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorite rides at Disneyland. And I think this scenario would change if this was coming out on the 1st of September, because we're going to Disneyland next week. If I were at Disneyland and this was on sale, I don't think I'd be able to stop myself bringing it home with me as a souvenir. But because it comes out after we've been, even though it's got an exclusive gift with purchase, I'm not that into a compass. So I think I can remove that. And that gets us down sub £500. £487.96 for 4 sets that I think if those 4 sets arrived on my doorstep on the 1st of September, I know that one's not out until the 9th, but if they arrived on the 1st of September, I'd be a very happy chap. But what if we need to limit this to a £250 budget? Well, there's an easy way to do that. Arkham Asylum is already over the individual budget, so that's got to go. That brings us down to £217.97, which potentially opens us up to maybe adding something back in. We've got £30 to play with here. What can we add back in? And I think if I am working to a strict £250 budget, And we're obviously on the assumption that we're not buying them for content separately. I think this is where I do throw in an advent calendar, because advent calendars are fun. They obviously spread your Lego satisfaction out across an entire month. There is the thing at the back of my mind of, these are probably going to be on sale before Christmas. I saw it last year. I bought the whole lot in September when they came out, and by like November time, several of them were much cheaper in Costco before Advent had even started. But let's get that out of my head. Assume that's not going to happen. I've got £250 to spend on Lego. I have to spend it all on the first of the month. I think these are the sets that I get: the Elphaba and Glinda figures, the Emerald City wall art, Wally and Eve, and then the Minecraft advent calendar. Of the 6, I think Minecraft is the one that is more closely aligned with what I would want. It was either this or the Lego City, but if I'd have got the Lego City one, I've got a tenner left in my budget, and there's nothing. There is nothing that you can add from September releases for £10. So I went with Minecraft. We didn't get a Minecraft one last year, so it's something a little bit different to what we've had last year, and I think it has the potential to look quite cool. I am going to be doing a video reviewing all 6 of them in early September once they arrive as well. So if you're of a similar mind where you quite fancy getting an advent calendar but you don't know which one to get, hold fire for that video. I will be opening up all of them, showing you everything that's inside, ruining Advent for you. But we'll give you a good idea of which one is the best one, the best value for money, the coolest stuff. And to show how impartial I am, you know how I feel about Star Wars. But last year, I sat there in a video and told you the Star Wars one was the best of the 6. So it's going to be an honest video. And on the topic of honest videos, we now need to get this down to £100. We've only got £100 to spend. What do we buy? Well, similar to how we had to remove Batman before, Emerald City wall art is above £100 on its own, so that's got to go. We're still over £100. I think at this point, we probably get rid of the advent calendar. We're now down to Wally and Eve, and I think at this point, we do add back in the Lego City advent calendar, which interestingly is on 2 times points. It's not even been released yet, and you can get double points on it. That is interesting. But that would be my £100 budget basket. The Elphaba and Glinda BrickHeadz, because BrickHeadz are cool. Wally and Eve, because it is the best value set being released this month. And then I'll take a Lego City advent calendar, please, because I don't quite have enough budget for a licensed one. And the Lego City one is always pretty cool. We've had Lego City advent calendars in our house for years. Anna sent me a picture from her Facebook memories the other day of one arriving, I think, in 2017. So even before our dark ages were over and we were properly back into Lego and our kids are still at home, and there would still be Lego City advent calendar every year because it is always a cool one. So yeah, I think that would be my £100 budget. Let me know down in the comments what your shopping basket would be at the various different budget levels. I'm always interested to see how other people would put their baskets together. And of course, let me know what your actual shopping list is for the month as well. And that's what I'm going to do now, show you what I actually am planning on getting. And this is going to probably upset me because I haven't looked at how much it's going to cost yet, and I might have to change my mind. Oh my word, it's more expensive than I thought it was going to be. So this is my plan. It does include the 6 advent calendars, so I'm going to take them out because they're very much work purchases. I would not be buying them if it weren't for the video. The same with the CMFs. So we take all that out and it brings it down to and I guess a little bit more reasonable, £600. It's still a lot of money to drop in one go on Lego, but I think this is what we're planning on picking up. And remember, this is between 2 people as well. So on the first of the month, I think we're just getting the 3 Wicked sets. The Glinda and Elphaba Bookends and the Emerald City wall art will be for Anna to build, and then they'll be displayed around our house. We'll probably put the Emerald City wall art on our stairs next to the Spider-Man wall art that we've got in there at the moment, and the Elphaba and Glinda Bookends will be in our living room somewhere, and they'll all look very, very cool. So Anna will build them. The only thing I'll actually get for myself in the Lego store on the 1st is likely to be the Elphaba and Glinda BrickHeadz, just so I've got something to build that day, or else I'll be very sad about making the trip. The reason I'm not buying Wally and Eve straight away is because, as mentioned, I am off to Disneyland next week. I always like to buy a Disney themed Lego set while I'm there. We made a special trip earlier in the year to buy the Beauty and the Beast castle when that released. We made a video on that and it was a lot of fun. And I'm thinking That's going to be my Disney souvenir when we go to Disneyland next week from the new shiny Lego store there. So I'll be buying that a couple of days into the month. And then, of course, I will be beating down the door of the Lego store on the 9th of the month to get my Batman Arkham Asylum, which will probably be pride of place in the Lego City by lunchtime on the 10th of September. I would very much like if they could do me an exclusive gift with purchase, although there is still the rumours that I'll be getting a Sega Genesis controller with it, which I guess is a price I'm willing to pay. I can cope with that. I loved my Mega Drive when I was a kid. But yeah, this is my must-have, most wanted set for the month. It does mean that I'm going to have to, for the time being, miss out on the Black Pearl and Hogsmeade and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But it's an expensive month. They're all expensive months. October's going to be no better. I don't know when I'm going to get some of this backlog stuff because the backlog is starting to grow. There's stuff that I've had written down for a long time that I need to pick up by the end of the year that we might just have to accept we're not going to get, like Ninjago City Markets as an example, like the Orient Express as an example. Sometimes the sets stay on the wanted list for so long that you just have to accept you're never going to get them because there's always something you want more. But let me know down in the comments what you're planning to pick up in September. Are you focused on the September sets, or are you much more sensibly, which is probably what I would do if I wasn't running a channel, much more sensibly starting to focus on that stuff that is retiring at the end of the year that you've not got yet? Let me know what you're planning on getting. What do you think of my shopping list? Have I made any glaring mistakes on it? I'm always eager for us to have a little bit of a chat, either in the comments or over on the Discord. The link to that is down in the description as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Keep your eyes peeled for some of those videos we've got coming up that I've already mentioned, the Advent Calendar review, the look at the Spider-Man CMF series. I've got to make back the money that I'm spending on all of these sets to make these videos. So please make sure you watch those ones. If you are new, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on for daily Lego content. And if off the back of this you have decided to make some purchases for September, I'd really appreciate you doing that via our affiliate link at blockpartyuk.shop. The link for that is down in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Toodle pip. Bye bye.